जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जाना वाला गिरवरधारी। गोपी जाना वाला गिरवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। सोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जाना वाला गिरवरधारी। सोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जाना वाला गिरवरधारी। सोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद। श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर Bhaktavrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jai Krishna Balaram. Haribo, 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 Haribo. Haribo, 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 Haribo. Jai Om Vishwan Vishwan Abhechal Bhakti Vedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada Maharaj ki Shri Shri Gunadhai ki Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki Shri Shri Radha Shyamsundar Danta Vishaka ki All glory Shri Samaduri All glory Shri Samaduri All glory Shri Samaduri All glory to Shri Guru Shri Guru Hare Hare Krishna. I have a permission to speak.
You have permission to speak.
I have.
Do I have permission to exist?
Oh, you're the boss? You direct everyone else? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I don't know. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I don't need it. I don't need it. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Happy to be here in Vrindavan Dham. So today is a special day. Is that right? What are we celebrating today? What are we celebrating? Panihadi. When Vrindavan, Panihadi is near Calcutta. But the nature of these transcendental festivals is you can celebrate them all over the world. So in the Chaitanya Charitamrita and the Leela, chapter 6, this pastime of Lord Nityananda and Raghunath Das Goswami is elaborately presented. So, maybe I'll go to the word meaning. दही चना भक्त वहाँ का very small. You read it? Thanks. 54.1. It's really very small. That's what you read.
This is from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Andhya Leela, chapter 6. Lord Chaitanya meets Raghunath Das Goswami. Text 51. Doti chida bhakkono parapo morvane shuni anandito hoilo Raghunath mane.
Oh, coin the photo.
Doti chida bhakkono parapo
Prabhupada coin. The class committee.
shuni anandito hoilo Raghunath mane. Doti chida bhakkono parapo morvane shuni anandito hoilo Raghunath mane.
Dadichida Vakshana Karaha Moragane Dunia Nandita Hoila Raghunatha Mane Dadichida Vakshana Karaha Moragane Dunia Nandita Hoila Raghunatha Mane
Oh. Mataji. Word meaning.
Dahi, yogurt, chira, chipped rice, bhakshana paraha, feed, moragane, my associates, shuni, hearing, anandita vaila, became very happy, Raghunath Das, money in the mind. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Make a festival and feed all my associates yogurt and chipped rice. Hearing this, Raghunath Das was greatly pleased.
Om Gyantimirandasya Gyananjanashakya Chakshurmilitaniyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovestam Stapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadanigam Bandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalan Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Tam Sajevam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Prijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvatam Sha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Sapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriya Vancha Kalpa Tarvyasya Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha Paritana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivajari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, this verse that we read is spoken by Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda is ordering. Can you hear me in the back? Can you hear clearly in the back? No. Yes, right there.
You gotta speak right into the microphone.
Like that. But myself.
That's part of the austerity of being Krishna Balaram Mandir. You gotta speak right in the microphone.
Okay, now? Better? Okay. So here, Lord Nityananda is speaking to too many. I need a straight back. So here Lord Nityananda speaking to whom? Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami is one of the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. Goswami means one who can control his mind and senses. These days in India, Goswami is like a caste. So you meet thousands of Goswamis, maybe smoking, drinking. You say, I'm Mr. Goswami. Or Goswami, by Goswami in the scriptures, you mean those who are genuine devotees who can control their mind and senses. So Raghunath Das Goswami came from a very rich family. Prabhupada said he was virtually one of the richest people on the planet at that time. And he was the only son of his father, Govardhan Majumdar, and his uncle, Hiranya Majumdar. The only son. So naturally, the family was very attached to him. So Raghunath Das Goswami, from a young age, was very attracted to Lord Chaitanya's movement. And in his youth, he had the association of Haridas Thakur, which solidified his spiritual life. And so Raghunath Das Goswami was married. His mother and father thought, if we get our son married, then he may not be so much after Lord Chaitanya's movement. So they got him married. To whom? A very beautiful lady, the most beautiful on the planet, and hoping that he would get attached to his wife. But Raghunath Das was totally detached. And his constant desire was to associate with Lord Chaitanya and his devotees. So Raghunath Das Goswami would regularly try and run out of his house. He had 11 security people guarding him all the time. Just like we have security people guarding our temple. Raghunath Das' father was so concerned that my son may run away any time. He constantly had round the clock 11 security guards accompanying him wherever he lived. So Raghunath Das Goswami, in spite of all these restrictions and obstacles, he was still determined to serve, to join Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Raghunath Das Goswami met the Lord in Shantipur. Shantipur is also the birthplace of Advaitacharya. He met the Lord in Shantipur, and Raghunath Das said, I want to come and join you. I want to travel with you. But Lord Chaitanya said, now you go home and stay over there. At the appropriate time, I'll tell you to come. So Raghunath Das took Lord Chaitanya's instructions seriously and he went back home. And he started behaving like a proper courts, pound, shilling, pence man. Pound, shilling, pence. Pound is the currency of England, which really means one who is leading a materialistic life. So Raghunath Das Goswami went home, and his father and uncle were both zamindars. In those days, India was under Mohammedan rule. The ruler was a Mohammedan. And Govardhan and Hiranya were working for the Mohammedan ruler. They had a contract. We will collect so much taxes. The local zamindar would get 25%. The rest would go to the local king. So his uncle, Hiranya Majumdar, had cheated on the taxes. And so the tax collector was a Turk. He said, well, he said, you cheat me, I'm going to get him arrested. So Govardhan and his brother were absconding. So the Turk, he arrested Raghunath. He said, unless you tell me where your father and uncle are hiding, I will not release you. So Raghunath Das was in a dilemma what to do. So Krishna gave him a brilliant idea. Krishna, he said, he looked at that zamindar's face. The zamindar saw Raghunath Das's beautiful, innocent face, and his heart melted. Completely melted. And he said, you are my son from today onwards. And then Raghunath Das brokered truce between his father, uncle, and the Turkish man. So Raghunath Das was quite experienced. So Raghunath Das Goswami, his constant meditation was to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So finally, Yadunandana Acharya, the family priest, had come and he requested Raghunath Das's father, let me take your son with me for pilgrimage and later we'll send him back. So they left over there, they went traveling. So Raghunath Das, while he was traveling, he then came to Panihati. Panihati is who knows where, about 1 hour's drive from Calcutta. I've never been there, but that's what the book says. 1 hour drive from Panihati. So Lord Nityananda was there. And Lord Nityananda, as you know, is an eternal associate of the Lord. When the Lord appears, his eternal associates also appear with him. So Raghunath Das Goswami came to Panihati. At that time, Nityananda was sitting. He was sitting on a stone altar, sitting on a big stone. He was sitting over there. And some devotees were holding the umbrella above him. And Raghunath Das, from a distance, saw Lord Nityananda and he offered his obeisances. Lord Nityananda did not see Raghunath doing that. So he was looking in the front and Raghunath came from behind. So one of Lord Nityananda's associates said, Nityananda, say, who is hiding behind you? And so Lord Nityananda turned in that direction. And his devotee said, that's it, that's Raghunath. He's hiding from you. So he wasn't hiding, but he was just a little embarrassed to come before such a great personality. He said, he's hiding from you. And so Lord Chaitanya said, bring him here. So the devotees of Lord Chaitanya, the devotees who were with Lord Nityananda, brought him here. Brought him to where Nityananda was situated on a chair made like a rock. So Lord Nityananda said, why are you hiding from me? I want you to arrange a special festival. Nityananda knew that Raghunath is very rich. Money was never a problem for him. So what did Lord Nityananda say? So Lord Nityananda said, make a festival and feed all my associates, yogurt and chip rice. Hearing this, Raghunath was very pleased. So Lord Nityananda told Raghunath, make a festival in which you serve chip rice and yogurt. Yogurt and chip rice. So Raghunath was very happy. He immediately sent all his assistants to go and bring from the shop yogurt, condensed milk, and chip rice. So his assistants went, and they all came back. They emptied all the stores. They went into every store, and they purchased everything that was available. And then a big feast was arranged. 20 devotees took their responsibility to serve prasad. And it was so crowded. The different devotees were sitting at different locations. Lord Nityananda had a big rock that was like a table. And in that, all the important devotees were present, were sitting. They had very VIP devotees. So all the VIP devotees were sitting on that chair made of rock. And those who could not find a place on the VIP table, they went on the banks of the Ganga. They sat down on the banks of the Ganga. And those who still could not find a place, they went in the middle of the Ganges. So the point is, everyone took what chip rice and condensed milk. So Lord Chaitanya told them, and Lord Nityananda's, Raghunath's team, he had 9 people cooking, 20 people serving prasad. And they were serving prasad, which is chip rice and condensed milk. Everyone was given 2 pots. In one pot was condensed milk and chura. And the other pot was yogurt and chip rice. So everybody was given 2 lunas, golden pots, everyone. And he had 20 devotees serving prasad. And they served prasad to all these people. And then they served to everyone. And Lord Nityananda when he saw, he personally went to all the devotees who were sitting there and he helped serve them prasad. And when he saw that everything was over, and still there were so many people waiting, then what did he do? He said, cook more. And then his assistants went to far off places to bring yogurt, condensed milk, and chaprai. So, Lord Nityananda, he personally saw that every devotee sitting in that assembly was served. And after serving all the devotees with chaprais and chaprais and condensed milk, Lord Nityananda displayed another significant leela. His desire was that Lord Chaitanya should also come. That was his desire. But so after everybody was enjoying eating the feast, Lord Nityananda, with the power of his meditation, transported Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the location. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived, or actually it was by meditation. He wasn't actually there. But the power of meditation is very strong. In the Nectar Devotion, you read a story of a Brahmin who was very poor. The Brahmin was very poor, but he was satisfied. And one day, he was hearing a discourse. And in the discourse, the speaker was saying, if you cannot physically serve the Lord, you can mentally serve the Lord. Good deal, isn't it? You can't physically serve, you can serve mentally. And you get the same benefit. So this poor Brahmin, when he heard this facility to pray the mercy of the Lord, he mentally constructed a very beautiful temple. He installed the deities, and every day this Brahmin would go to the sacred rivers of India and bring water for Abhishek. Some of you may know, those who are connected to the Pujaari department, every morning we give the deities a bath. And in order to give the bath, we have to spiritualize the water. Just like, how do we spiritualize the water? By chanting mantras. And this Brahmin installed the deities in the temple. He was the only Pujari. He used to do 7 aartis a day, right on time. No, not late. And this went on for years and years, where the Brahmin was just meditating on the Lord, meditating that he's cooking a big feast, Rajbhog, meditating that he's dressing the deities with very nice silken cloth, better than Vrindavan and other temples. So the Brahmin was meditating like that. And one day, he had cooked sweet rice. Sweet rice, as you know, is cooked hot. And then when it becomes cold, then you offer it to the deities. So, this Brahmin would mentally offer, he would mentally put his finger in the stove to see if the sweet rice has become cold. And when he put his finger inside the sea, his finger got burnt. Oh, he said, how did this happen? He was just doing this mentally. And when the Brahmin was surprised, how did this happen? Then Lakshmiji, who was with the Lord at that time, started smiling. She said, the Lord started smiling. She said, why are you smiling? And the Lord didn't reply. And the Lord then sent his Boeing, Vaikuntha Airlines special aircraft, to bring the Brahman back to Godhead. So just by meditating constantly on serving his deities, the Brahman went back to Godhead. So if you are in a position where you can't physically serve, you can mentally serve. When the Lord appeared in the prison of Kamsa, Vasudeva and Devaki were prisoners. So the tradition among Kshatriya kings, when a son is born, then they distribute charity, cows. So Vasudeva was in the prison. He couldn't do that because Kamsa would find out that he has appeared. So Vasudeva mentally offered 10,000 cows in charity. To whom? The Brahmana. So if you're ever in a position where you can physically serve, you can mentally serve. This is the mind will be engaged positively. So Lord Nityananda saw that all his devotees are enjoying the feast. They all were given 2 earthen pots, and they had unlimited chip rice and condensed milk. So Lord Nityananda was very happy seeing this. But he wanted to share this pleasure with Lord Chaitanya. So he mentally transported Lord Chaitanya mentally to Panihati. And then Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda were going round and round, and from every individual's plate, Lord Nityananda would take chip rice and condensed milk and put it in Lord Chaitanya's mouth. And Lord Chaitanya, on his side, they were going around and round to where all the devotees were eating. Lord Chaitanya on his side, he would take one bite and put it in Nityananda's mouth. So Lord Chaitanya would take from everyone prasad and put it in Lord Nityananda's mouth, and Lord Nityananda would take prasad from everyone's plate and put it in who? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mouth. So they were participating in that festival. So Raghunath Das Goswami was very pleased when he saw that by his efforts and the efforts of his devotees, Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda were also participating. Lord Nityananda was participating, Lord Chaitanya was brought there mentally. But few devotees could see this pastime. Just like in Jagannath Puri, in Lord Chaitanya's pastime, you see, the Lord Chaitanya would expand himself into 7 forms, and each would be in each of these 7 some kind of party. So Lord Chaitanya was there, but only very few of their associates could see that. And one of them was Raghunath Das. Raghunath Das was given special vision where he could see Lord Chaitanya has also come and is taking part in the festival. So Raghunath Das was very pleased. So Raghunath Das Goswami was very renounced, and he finally went to Jagannath Puri, where he spent about 18 years with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Raghunath Goswami came to Jagannath Puri. So his father was very keen that my son should come home. So his father sent, he would send him money. Raghunath Das would not take the money. Then Raghunath Das, or Chaitanya, when he found out that Raghunath Das is not taking the money he was sending, he was very disturbed. So Raghunath Das went on increasing his austerity. And Lord Chaitanya was so pleased by Raghunath Das's austerities that Lord Chaitanya gave him what? A Giriraj Shila. He gave him a Giriraj Shila and Gunjamala for worship. So Raghunath Das, he was so advanced. He would eat almost nothing, just some buttermilk. And he would chant the holy name. He would chant the holy name for 18 to 20 hours. Raghunath Das would chant the holy name for 18 to 20 hours every day. And in Radhakund, Raghunath Das Goswami had built a Bhajan Kutir. So Raghunath Das would sit in the hot sun in Radhakund and just chant all day. So Radharani took compassion upon his devotee. He was sitting in the hot sun doing japa. So what did Radharani say? Radharani saw that Raghunath Das was sitting in the hot sun. So she stood behind him and made her sari like an umbrella to protect Raghunath. So Sanatana Goswami was there. He saw Raghunath is chanting, and Radharani is holding her sari as an umbrella. And he said, "You can't do this. We can't take service from the Lord." And then they built the Bhajan Kutir for Raghunath Das Goswami. There was also a story that there was a tiger in the lake near where Raghunath Das was doing his puja, and Krishna personally came and guarded him. So Raghunath Das, so today is this Panihati festival. I believe we are celebrating that here, no? So you all can take part in it. I also wanted to remind the devotees, as I said yesterday in the Hindi class, that this is a very special year. What is so special this year? Did you all watch that video on business yoga through Bhagavad Gita? You didn't see that? You saw it? So we had a big celebration yesterday, thanking devotees because they pledges. So this being a special year, there are several programs that have been planned to make Prabhupada's 125th anniversary even more enjoyable. As some of you may know, the government of India, after years of efforts from a peer communication team, they improved the printing of a coin. Can you see the coin? Silver coin. Yes. It's pure silver, and it says 125th anniversary of Prabhupada, 1896 to 2021. So this coin is being printed by the government of India. We can't print it. They have approved that this coin can be printed, and the government is going to print it. And Yudhishthira, our communication man, is coordinating that. So this, they need to know from us how many coins we are going to order, because obviously when they coin it, they need a minimum quantity to be done. So I believe it's selling for 4,000 rupees. There's no profit in this. This is the amount that the government has given us per coin, and this will go directly to the government. Don't think it's going to go to the local temple. So, if any of you want to, how many of you, this coin can be for your personal collection. It can also be as a gift. You give gifts to people. You'll give gifts sometimes? Present dete ho? Or you only like receiving? Some people like receiving but not giving. So these coins can be used for various purposes. Temples can donate to their prominent life members, and or those members who've done a lot of service for ISKCON, they can give them as some present. So it'd be nice if you all can try and get orders, because if we don't reach a certain minimum, then I'm scared they may not print it. They all have a break-even point. So, have you understood this idea? The government is printing a silver coin. The decision was made at the Prime Minister's office level to get a coin made for a private individual. It's a very troublesome process. And we got everything done. Now we just have to tell them how many coins we want to order. And then you want to order coins? Okay. So maybe somebody, maybe somebody, can you designate somebody who can they approach you, or?
They can come with community services, and we'll provide all the information and sign them up in community services center.
Want to tell them what?
Yeah, we have community services center. Through the Kirti who's overseeing HR, you come and give your money to him.
At least give the order first.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, okay.
You place your order with him.
You want to explain yourself? You want to explain yourself? Where do they come?
In the Community Services Center, which is right
Okay.
across Balaram Hall.
The group.
We have our, there it is. We have our Human Resources HR Community Services Center right across from the Balaram Hall. And we will gather all the information and so that whoever wants to sign up to receive one of these very glorious coins printed by the government, you can do that. First thing is signing up, and then we'll coordinate through our Community Services Center, usually open from 10 till who knows when.
I want to request all of you to please be a little generous and order these coins, because this will be a very appropriate gift to your friends, relatives, and so on, isn't it? Also, we're doing the Bhadra Purnima Srimad Bhagavatam Marathon. Did you all do the marathon last year? So, Every year now the Indian temples are doing the Bhagavatam Marathon to coinciding with the Bhadra Purnima. So, any questions?
Is Krishna Balaram Mandir the most beautiful temple in the world?
Krishna and Balaram, and not only beautiful, they're also very strong. Prabhupada, when he inaugurated the Krishna Balaram temple, in his inauguration speech he said, Balaram means spiritual strength. So if you want spiritual strength, we should go to Lord Balaram. So his deities are very special. We were installed by Prabhupada. And yes, I've been coming here regularly for 50 years, since 75. Okay, any questions?
You said like through meditation is mentally, but like mind is pure and mind is material. So how we can go in the spiritual realm through mind?
Simple technique. Just chant for 60 rounds every day, and when you're chanting, make this your most important activity. The mind may wander, you can ignore it properly, you should say. But at least when you're doing it 16 rounds, focus on your rounds. And if you do that, all the problems with the mind will end. Very simple. Yeah.
Thank you for the class. Actually, I wanted to ask, like, we had said this to also now said that you chant 16 rounds sincerely and follow the 4 regulative principles, don't perfect offenses, you will surely go back to God.
Prabhupada said that. He said if he follows, you chant 16 rounds, follow the regular principles, then you will definitely go back to God. He said, Prabhupada didn't say maybe, perhaps, could be. You definitely will.
So then, what is the importance of initiation? If I just, without initiation, if I do...
Because in the scriptures, it is stated that one should take initiation or shelter from a bona fide spiritual master. And Krishna himself took it from Sandipani Muni. Lord Chaitanya also had a guru. So, in order to emphasize the importance, the Lord personally took initiation. Okay, any more? What is more? I'm sorry. Speak louder.
I wanted to know, like, you were telling about the meditation. So, during the puja of the deities, when we perform Manas Puja, generally it happens that we just chant the mantras and go to the next step. Then we are not able to meditate on, like, they're worshipping Radha Krishna and on the Vrindavan Dham and on the other things that the items we are offering. So, is it required or like just go through chanting the mantras?
Just chant the mantras, and gradually you'll be able to meditate on the Lord more and more. Kali Kali Nama Rupa Krishna Avatar. In Kali Yuga, the Lord incarnates in His holy name. So when you chant these mantras, you're associating with the Lord. The Lord is present in these mantras. Nama Chintamani Krishna. Okay? Anything else? So thank you very much. Hare Krishna.